Peace and love, creatives. It's Sketchbox time. Let's get into it. But first things first, our artist on the front of the box, which is Missy Monroe. And this is how you can find them. The art is beautiful. It's great. It's always awesome. All right, let's crack into this box. I'm going to put it to the side so that we can both be surprised. The first thing I pull out of the box is going to be the featured artist. And by looking at it, I kind of got really excited because I knew already what was going to be in the box. So I'm probably going to be really biased about this box and all its glory that's in there. So just remember that. Remember that. The artist information was on the back. If you want to take a pause, go back and look at their information. The two pencils that we get are by Holbein, and the colors are Prussian blue and forest green. The next supply is the Kuretake manga liner, which is kind of like, no, it's exactly like a Posca pen. You know, you shake, you pump, and the ink comes out. Then you get one in the color silver, and the other one was white. Next thing you get are two Copic sketch markers. The colors are Holiday Blue and Flagstone Blue. And then we get a Copic a Copic Classic marker. And that's in the color New Blue. And this is our paper that we're going to use today. It's the Clairefontaine manga marker paper. It's 4 by 5.8 inches, 100 GSM, and there's 50 sheets. They're very thin, but it's marker paper, and that's usual for marker paper. Then the list of supplies and the sticker, and now it's time to move things to the side and just check everything out, see how they play together. I'm sure they play great. I know they play great, but there's the information of the supplies if you guys want to take a pause and look it over. I'm just moving everything over to the side so that I can have a space to work on. I was going to start with the white paint marker first, but then I was like, you know what? If I start with this, I'm not going to see how it goes over things. So let me put all my other things down, and then my other supplies down, and then I'll go over it with the white and the silver. So the first marker I swatch is the Classic, then the Holiday Blue, and then Flagstone Blue, which is very green. It's very green, but it's cool. It's a nice little variety of color. And then you have the Holbein pencils in Prussian blue and forest green. I kind of layered them up just to see how they would layer on this paper. I'm not a pencil expert. I'm not going to pretend to be, but it looked good. It looked nice, and you know, they're Holbein, so can you really go wrong? I did have to sharpen the pencils to get a point on them. And, you know, they just come with the factory blunt, like it's blunt sharpened, so it has a flat point instead of a pointy point. And here I am pumping the paint markers, and I put them over each of the supplies that we have just to see how they go over, if they cover and how they cover. And the silver is so shiny. I'm gonna bring it up to you so you can see. Can you see that? It's nice, it's good. So I'm going to do a piece now and see how it comes out. Let me get you zoomed in a little bit better. Okay, now with the first piece, I'm sketching with the Holbein pencil because that's what the featured artist did, and there's no actual like pencil in the supplies. So here we go. This was surprisingly nerve-wracking, just because you know you don't have an eraser per se with these, but you can't erase it. You make a mistake, it's there, and I do make a mistake and I do try to erase it. And here I'm trying to do like the girl giving a peace sign, but with her hand, the front of her hand facing her face and the back of her hand facing you. And it was like an epic fail. So I just was like, you know what? Just put it to the front, let it be. And that's what I did. This is where I was like, okay, I'm going to scrap this. I don't want to do this anymore. It's coming out horrible. I messed up so many places. And then I said, you know what? Just go for it. It's a sketch piece. It's art. Just go over it and see if you can save it a little bit. So that's what I did. I kind of just like took my Copic marker and just started sketching the lines that I wanted and going over it with that. And surprisingly, it's not like a masterpiece. It's not great, but I feel like I saved it. I feel like it looks like a piece that I can put in my sketchbook and be like, I made this, just, you know, mucking around, as Jazza would say. So, yeah, I think this piece came out okay. There was no skin tones, obviously. So I decided that she's wearing a glove. And I colored the glove green. I was gonna go like heavy with the color on the glove, but I was like, I'll just leave it like that. This was a trial. And yeah, I felt like the background was a little lackluster, I guess. So I just put some stuff in the background just to make it, you know, better. As for the silver pen, I thought it was really, really pretty. The silver liner. So I just decided to give her a bracelet and a little headpiece for decoration. Moving on to my second piece and feeling a little more confident, but still not confident in my ability to sketch with a Holbein color pencil. I went in. I just did it. I said, you know what? Let's go. Let's do it. And this one, I guess because of my warm-up with the first one and with my, I guess my ability to overcome my errors, I just went in and yeah, you can see. And as far as like the supplies go and the markers and how they play, I mean, they're Copic markers. They're alcohol markers. They are not light fast. You're not going to be able to hang this piece up on the wall and facing sun without it fading. You can make a copy and do that though, and you know, get some good prints out of it. But as far as this is something that's not going to be put on the wall in front of the sun if you want it to last. The pencils, I mean, come on. They're good. They're good. And the colors, while challenging, I think that's the point of having these boxes come to you every month. You want a challenge. You don't want to have a easy peasy moment. Well, not easy peasy, but you know what I mean. You don't want to be like, oh, I know exactly how to, you know, what to do with this. You want to be like challenged, maybe sometimes, maybe not. Let me know. Do you like the challenge when you go into a sketch box, or do you rather something less like intimidating? That little cup that I put the isopropyl in was just me thinning out the holiday blue sketch marker so that I can have an even lighter color to put on her face. I didn't want to leave her face with the white of the paper for most of it. And I didn't want to use the color pencil to color in her face because I felt like I didn't like the effect that it was going to give was not what I wanted. So that's what I did there. And then at the end, I do go really heavy with some of the classic marker on a blank page just to see how much it bleeds through to the next page, and it held up surprisingly well. It does bleed through a little bit, but not as much as it would with other types of paper like mixed media and such. But this box was really fun to use. There's a lot of papers, so you can have a lot of different projects. Let me know what you thought about this box, and thanks for watching.